Namaste, namaste. Yoga asanas, especially the deeper ones, are more than what you see externally. The intricacy of the asana goes really deep and far to the dormant channels in the body. Yeah, and of course, the breath and the brain. Yeah, so yoga asanas, as you advance through them, become more than a physical techniques. They become your way of gaining access to the silent centers of the body and the brain. Yes, as a beginner, just do the basic shape of the position to help you increase your awareness of your physical body. But as you advance the technique, inevitably you need to go past beyond what your eyes see. This is now where the sensation matters. Yeah, staying at the posture, or probably hold one side longer so you can rebalance or shorten the gap between your energetic channels, because we're not perfectly symmetrical. For us to allow the body to achieve the balance or the symmetry, then your one side may be held longer. Yeah, so the techniques now, is more applicable when you do it yourself, not in a class setup. Yeah, so the classes are there to help you understand the technique and the safety precautions as well as the breathing patterns, but you need to apply that at home as well. So for today, it's no different. Yeah, I'll be practicing techniques I do myself, and these are deep ones. It's not a beginner session, but the warming up process, you might do it if you are still tackling the beginning stages of your practice. And if the readiness is there, join me all the way to the end of the class. Good. And as I go through the techniques, that's where I will be sharing with you those deep inner realizations I gained, as well as tips on how you can grow your practice as well. So starting on the tummy, so belly on the floor. All right. So you might just rest your head to either side, or you can just place the forehead down and circle your legs around. So opening the knees, the low back, this position of circling, and then moving them side to side. You can start the left and let that foot lightly hang. Probably can touch the floor. You can turn the head opposite your lifting hip. Okay, and then I'd like to do the sequence with the blanket under, so I can use the blanket to further cushion the joints, and at the same time it helps me deepen the element, since I can lift the body lightly high and turn the twist deeper and circle around again. So our principle is rubbing, creating friction, to dissolve the blockages clogging the body. And just let your leg hang to the side, just crossing them. And then you can look the direction of that foot and to stretch the neck, the shoulder. Good. And then circle again. And then side to side lift. And right away you can feel like your body is rubbing downwards. If you need to readjust, climb a little higher. Okay. And around in circles again. Good. And let your legs bend to the other side. Good. And you can look that direction as well. Good. You can massage that ankle. You're pointing and flexing our feet. All right, and then side to side again. Well done. Okay, hands beside the chest. And we'll just press up to the kneeling and downward facing dog. Okay, alternate the legs. Up and down we go. Okay, can we hold one leg long at the top and adjust the same hand as the lifting leg? And then try to turn the thigh bone in and out.
And then bending and stretching the knee and change. All right, not too much on the alignment. Yeah, you passed the stage already. Now try to focus on the inner sensations. Okay, and then one more per leg. Yeah, you can lightly let that leg swing. All right, and then the other one, and match in the middle. Beautiful. All right, right knee threads through. Is the right knee. Okay, let me ankle. Good, like that. And then keep the other one square, rubbing from hip to hip. Now the left elbow, bending that left elbow and rotate the whole arm bone so it crosses towards the direction of the knee or even past. And then move, you lift hip back. Good. Or you might use that foot to traction the left hip further back and then coil internally over the side. At the same time, moving your left shoulder under. Okay, and then here, your arm is rotating that. Okay, and then what you do next is to let your head fall on that fist. Good. And the other hand may wrap around your back. Right, and then these stretches deeply down the sacrolumbar region of your right side. And the posterior or the back side of your left, all the way through the side trunk and the body inside. Yeah, the pingala. And breathe. You can rub the tongue around the mouth there. One more. Okay, breathe this hand uncross. Okay, you might be feeling the need to stretch the side. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll on our backs. All right, belly to the floor or back to the floor. Crossing your arms under the head and let the legs circle round. Inhale as the knees move up and exhale as they move forward. And reverse, circle the other way. Okay, and then do the swinging hip. If you follow my lessons, probably this transition is already ingrained, like it feels natural doing the swings after a certain big major element. Okay, side stretching now. All right leg long. Yeah, bring that left leg wide across. You can just keep that arm, the comfortable distance there to stretching this leg. Now the focus now would be the right side. Okay, now can you lift the head, bending the right knee? All right, and try to move this left leg away from the hip joint. And with the right leg up, you can move it up and down, up and down. And I try to loop that arm over the head. You might be able to grab hold of the foot without crossing over the face, over the head, and let the right hip ride around in circles. All right, you can swing that leg, kick up and down. Good. You can lightly kick that leg up in the air and then just allow the body to settle. And flexing that foot so you can stretch that backside and let it fall. And here you can point and flex your foot. Oh, beautiful side stretch for the hip. All right, and then come back. Good. And then moving side to side. Good. And we're gonna do the same stretch to the left hip. The left hip down, Move the right leg wide across. You can lightly peel this side up as you can coil in and out of your left hip. You can circle this leg around first and reach over. Okay, bending, circle around. So friction, like you're rolling and then turning along those inner lines of the hips attached to your low back, and then moving up and down and settle. All right. Sometimes I'd like to go the circle bigger with the legs straight, flex and point, and kicking a few times. And free the leg. Good, nice and deep, right? And moving around in circles. and a few side to side. Good. And then rocking up and down here. And we go and sit. All right. Crossing those legs and transitioning them behind you. Downward dog. Alternate the legs. Up and down, up and down. All right. And march in the middle. Okay. And it's the left knee now, threading through. Yeah, right leg remains open, and rubbing from hip to hip. Okay, angling again. Good. Right elbow bend, rotating the whole arm bone, cross. All right, roll internally that right hip, and then move that thigh longer to the back. And at the same time, you're using the floor to grip the side body so you can stretch. Nice and deep there. And let your head fall to the side. And rest the arm here, breathe. So whereas in the past, you just fold forward, you just twist, you do the side stretch or back bend. Now you're going in and out, like you're coiling, like you're slithering through the joints of the inner body. Okay. And up you go. And sitting. Yeah. And then down. And around the circles. Yeah. Teaching wise, I've started teaching these principles to my students probably a year or two already, but still we're building up the inner awareness because it looks easy, this motion, like random circling, but if the body is not ready, it might cause abrupt movement through those sensitive joints, and that may lead to what? Discomfort or sometimes pain, nerve compression. Yes, these are advanced techniques. Look simple externally, but these are really sensitive for the joints, especially of the low back, the knees, and the hips, and the shoulders. Circle around. All right, side stretch. Yeah, it's the left leg down, cross, reach. You can use a strap, but as advanced practitioners, just try your best to do it with your own body. Just you and your body and the breath, and circle this up around. Oh, feels good. One of my favorites, stretching this one. Now you can lightly coil in and out like you're swinging. Yeah, you can feel like the creases inside the hip flexor, and changing leg. Okay, a few circles first. Swing, internal and external, and then complete the rubbing. You can lightly turn that side, and up and down. Notice we're not perfectly symmetrical. Yeah, and even the way we do the techniques, may be different from side to side. Randomness, creativity, and that leads to openness and freedom. All right, crossing and rocking up and down. All right, up to sit. And from the sitting, you may now, I'll keep using this for my kneeling one, and downward facing dog. Okay, but if you're practicing flat, that's fine too. Okay, up and down. Good, you can lift that leg and then hold it and then move the side longer and like to draw that hip longer. You can angle it a little bit wide and change. Feel that? Like you can stretch deeply through the shoulder joint, the hip joint. Nice and deep. All right, and then down to kneel. Back bends. And rub around. Even the vinyasa, the upward dog, the downward facing dog, chaturanga,
you will reach the stage that they won't serve you anymore. Yeah, because there are more ways to gaining access to those pockets. Whereas before, yeah, the vinyasa is enough, but now, yeah, you need to go past them, right? And in here, this is now that stage where you glide, you turn and turn, circle around. So you're more than just the symmetrical and the asymmetrical. You're now going many dimensionals inside the body. Yeah? Up and over. Ustrasana. All right, even the Ustrasana, yeah, feel free, yeah, to release the position a bit. So you can turn and then open. Okay. You can also try to look over the shoulder and then to the center, walk those knees. Yeah. Forward, up and back, and then look over the other shoulder. And then center, you may loosen the hands and no hands anymore. You can place them on the calf. And then you can adjust by walking those knees closer as you move the side in and up. Okay, I think I can progress this now. So something deeper. The hands to the floor behind me. See, I even try to lift my feet up so I can draw high. And then from there, hang loose. And find the floor behind me. And there we go. Good. There's no pain. Yeah. Openness and space. If your approach is straight to a back bend, this might cause grittiness in the low back. But since you work through the sockets and the linings and the creases, your spine can move openly. And press away. Good. And up. Good. Very open. Yeah. And rub around. And lifting those knees. Good. Low back, really no pain. Yeah, but you can feel this sense of openness of the posterior side, and the chest is open. Good. And down dog, alternate the legs. You may also find that every time you transition to a downward dog, it's like it feels good kicking those legs up in the air to decompress from the weight-bearing one. Good. All right. And drop the knee again. And I'll try to practice flat on the mat. Kapotasana. Good. Knees are narrow. You can lightly dangle and walk those knees. We can circle around. And coiling in and out. Be creative. Yeah. But you can lightly hang loose, throat, in and up. Rub the shoulders. Yeah. Yeah. Arm bones. Drapes. Yeah. Shoulder blades under. You can do this. Yeah. And to move the spine up. And reach. Good. Dangling. Forward. You can walk those knees back to the middle. Gliding away from the hip joints. Back, forward and upwards. Like you're using a mild momentum. Now to open a little bit more. You can look shoulder to shoulder. And up we go. Can you see your toes already? Not yet. Come back. Back, forward and up. Good. Dangle. Toes are more visible. Not yet. You can lightly touch there. Come back. And up. Bending. Let the arms relax. And
reaching over the head and your hands to heels. All right. Open up. All right. And here, loosen, not yet. Okay. Try to dangle side to side. And then we're going to attempt now to adjust the knees to the midline. All right. Finer adjustment. The intricacy. And the other one. Good. And then forward and up. Breathe. Right. Adjust your wrist. And finally, resting the elbows on the ground. Good. First try, the most difficult, but after this, everything will just go easy already. All right, push away and release a position. Good. And easy. Wow. And dangle. Up and down. Never gets easy, Kapotasana, especially talking and demonstrating. Yeah, but it makes me stronger. Yeah, teaching at the same time, doing it. Where it brings me to the topic of, as teachers, we should know the things we teach, not just through reading, but also through actual experience. There's no amount of reading, there's no amount of memorizing. Even you memorize every word of the book, it won't stand the test of time. Can you do this? How can you explain the intricacy of a certain technique, which is very practical to begin with? No. You might have the most numbers of credentials, hours and hours of training, reading, certification. Can you do it? Can you show us? Can you talk through it? Good. It could be a daunting experience. All right, then forward. Good. And that's the problem of these modern times. We're so focused on the theory because it's easy to intellectualize and rationalize things because we read it, we heard about it, or it could be a sign of weakness to compensate for a lack of drive to do it ourselves. We go the short way, the fast way. Certification, diplomas. Yeah. I'm not downplaying them. They're important, but it has to be done with experience, practical learning. All right. And there's no other way to understand the essence of the technique, especially in yoga, than practice. A surgeon, you will not entrust your body to a surgeon who has not even performed one procedure, right? Breathe. And up. Good. And learning it through practice is not beautiful always. There are stumbles, many times of failures, to the point that you'll ask yourself, why am I doing this? What for? So it boils to the calling, the passion, the dedication. You can flow. Or you can just do alternate like left. All right, down to kneel.
Because this class is very predictable, you just don't do it and just listen to the wisdom behind the body. Kapotasana. Loosen, rise vertical. Feel free to lift the head. There's no preventing you from doing that. So you can maximize the openness within. Okay. Over. High. Only openness, freedom, lightness, sensations. And the breath. Okay. And surrendering. Yeah, surrendering sometimes. And this happened many times in my practice. Not just in the asana, but also in other components. Like, I've bitten myself to the bones. And I just wanted to just give up. And an inspiration will dawn upon me. And the following day, it happens. Yeah. Even the first time I attained the Samadhi, I didn't even know about Samadhi at all. Didn't know about anything about the energy at all. I was just so tired practicing the asana. My body just felt this organic, spontaneous surrendering. Although I was hearing the nada already back then, so I just focused on the nada. And yeah, it happened. Actually, I didn't practice a day, but I'm talking about the totality of that stage of my practice. All right. Draw in and up. Over in here. You can lightly swing the bicep. Rub them around. Mm-hmm. You can use one hand to support you to open the side a little deeper. And go. And loosen. Okay. And then you can feel like bones rearranging themselves inside. And it feels good. And then you can adjust this knee too, forward a bit. And on the back. And up we go. Oh, okay. Like I can feel the muscles attaching that part to the rest of my body, opening up. Like I feel like I'm taller, longer. Good. Down dog. Let me just get my microphone sorted. Okay, alternating leg lift. All right, inspiration is important. All right, you can flow. Inspiration is important. Well, because there's no point of doing this if you're not inspired. Yeah, probably you're inspired by another person you've met along the way, your life, or probably you're inspired by your own achievement. Because as you practice, especially self-learning, you will discover things and understand the hidden essence of the words in the books. That's why you're lucky if you started with zero knowledge. The reason being, you're going to build the understanding from the essence right away. Because sometimes if we start reading, those information can get in the way for you to actually learn it instinctively, yeah, if that is the word, or naturally. All right. Yes, intuitively as well. Because sometimes we have the knowledge, but since our brain is so filled with information, we tend to forget that our body teaches us, our breath teaches us. You are your best teacher.
But of course, if you experience a blockage or a stumble, learning from a practical teacher is really helpful. Yeah, especially to advance your practice safely and at the same time make your journey safer, lighter, and meaningful. Because there are stages in the practice where it might be crossing the threshold of pain, and then you don't want to progress. Pain is not good. Pain is a sign that something is wrong. If you experience pain in the practice, better stop, rest, recover, work on the foundation again, or better yet, ask someone who've attained
That stage already. Practical teacher. And you cannot overemphasize that, overestimate that. Good, here we go. Okay. And I'll try to do one standing back bend. I'll try and use the wall. We'll just try to reach for the prop as closer to the wall. All right. Narrow legs. You can apply the lesson about standing back bends. Reaching up. And then from there, pressing down with your extremities so you can move the spine longer. Yeah, you can lightly hang the hip press and then come back so you can coil side to side. Yeah. Good. Down, up, forward, loosen, up, forward and backwards, loosen. Rubbing from hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder. And once the body is fully open, you will just fall lightly behind. Okay. And up. Good. And bounce up and down. Okay. Back bend finished. And let's do alternate like left. Also, when the stage is already that high, only distinctive elements are practiced. And for me, the distinctive ones are back bends. Yeah, like we've just practiced. Of course, warming up process and hip openness. And in between, I do I say counter stretching, like the side bending, twisting here and there, and circling around. Gorakshasana, or the Bhadrasana, Mulabandhasana. And here, moved everything to the midline. That's why I adjust. I can draw the line from the creases of the hip, where the femur bone is attached to the socket of the hip. That's where the energy is hiding. And when those sockets can rotate freely, there's no pain, no pressure. Actually, the knees here feel just normal. Okay, up and down. This feels like you're being stretched from the sockets of the hips and up. Freeing the energetic blockages, clogging those pockets, lines and creases. And it's my way of collecting to the midline. And probably you can surmise, you can see how the spine is moving so openly within. And here, you can also do this. A dangle. You can drop one side and circle around. I don't have an asana name for some of the things we do here, but they feel good. And this three-legged dog, alternating leg, just feels good for the hip and the shoulders. But back to kneel. Round 2. This is as raw and as natural as it can get, witnessing my self-practice at home. No edits, even the mistakes and the imbalances you see here. Because in reality, it's like this. You may see pictures so beautifully taken, but before it happened, years and years and years of hard work is put on that image. Not just of the one taking it, but of the one doing it. With the nature. If you're taking picture of nature, it's not you as the photographer or the capturer. You just appreciate. And then you're given the gift to see past and beyond the common senses, because you're creative, you're an artist. And therefore you capture the beauty hidden behind what our senses can see. Same goes here. As practitioners, if we know deeply within us, when we practice, yes, you're practicing the same Kapotasana, you're practicing the same this and that, but it looks really different externally, and it feels richer and deeper internally. And then you've done some deeper realizations because of them. Okay, and just do the side stretch again, one side. Okay, let me just get my microphone. All right, keep going. You can circle the legs around. Okay. Yeah. Circling around side to side. Okay, and let me do my side stretch now. Rubbing the hip 8 times. And rubbing the tongue around the mouth. Okay, and the other one. Because up next is my mudra practice. Although I'll skip. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, where this brings us. All right, lying down Kandasana. And just stay. Okay, and cross. All right, and then moving up and down to a rocking motion. Okay. Okay, so I won't really force my body and circle around. All right, and the inner body, yeah, the nadis crisscross like that, and then by doing same thing externally, you gain access to them. And moving side to side. Okay, and up and down, and sitting. A little bit of this to draw the lower belly in and behind. Yeah. Alternate the legs. Okay, and cross forward, sift through, and probably can do one of this and release. Good. Bring our awareness back to the core. Kandasana sitting. You can circle around first. You can side to side. Right. Upright the spine. Internal and move the side upwards like you're going in and up, collecting the energy from the peripheries to the midline and to the midline, from the midline up to the higher centers, and breathe. Okay. Release and push away. Down dog. And can we hold that leg longer? And the other one. Okay, we're gonna transition again on the backs. Good. And roll on your back. All right, do a bit of this side to side. I'm gonna circle that hip around.
This hip of mine is quite tight today. Okay. Keep going. And do the side stretch. And the other one. All right. Up and down. Good. Yeah, I think I'll skip that Viparita Kanadi. I think also that, principle of recovery. If you feel like, for example, a part of you is tired from a previous practice and then doing it, put pressure, it doesn't feel right, you can skip it. Yeah. And there are always the next time to come back. Okay. Those are normal situations we go through as practitioners, but should not prevent us from doing it or practicing the following day. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do a Kachari Mudra here. Okay. Good. With the Kandasana, opens the Kanda Nadi, the sacral-lumbar region, and the three fundamental chakras there, Muladhara, Swadhisthana, and the Manipur. Yeah, the Kachari Mudra enhances the experience because the tongue can collect everything you're lingering around to the midline and up. And the Kachari Mudra by itself, is a powerful tool in opening the chakras, because the tongue can gain access and magnetize those points. Yes, again, that's very true. And then how do I know about that? Guess it, through experience. Right. And the wisdom of the book: there's no other mudra than the Kachari Mudra. There's no other asana than the Siddhasana. And there's no other way of absorption but the nada. Yes, they're all true. And I've experienced them all, even before knowing about them theoretically. And then when I read text, it's like reading my own story when it happened before even knowing about them. Okay, and then on the back. Finished. Well done, you. Up and down, up and down. Okay, and do some rubbing there. Okay, and even the circular motions. Huh? There's hidden deep significance why I do this. Because that's how I feel. During absorption, like the energy goes in like a spiraling motion inside. And this I didn't learn. It just happened. Yeah. Slowly, 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 slowly. All right. Beautiful. And rest.
I just wanted to stay here and just listen to the lingering sound hovering over my forehead and across the temples inside the brain. Yeah, you hear that? That's your vibration. Good. And besides it, electricity, energy produces vibration, and vibration produces the sound. That's why in the absorption, I think the process before the creation, before we become like this, there's just like what? Two? Vibration and sound, or sound and vibration. Yeah. Inhale. And our true nature, the absolute reality, you may call it God, you may call it self and consciousness. It's just like that. Vibration and the sound. It's like you're in outer space, the cosmos, the abyss, the hole, the empty hole, the blackness. When the image is black. Good. Hands together. Good. And bow over the heart. Namaste, namaste. Thank you for joining.